Baby Baba drama on Crip. Damn, I got some good dick on Crip. Damn, I got some good dick. Now she running, look.
That serious. All right. That should be cool enough. Shut up. I know it's so loud, but it was working. I got most of it up.
Yeah, headache.
Hi, baby.
Shit making my head hurt.
Where that tape at? I just had the tape I needed. Shit. Fuck that. He need a motherfucking butterfly stitch. You know what I'm talking about? And tapes. Stitches. I'm about to duct tape his ass.
The rapper Blueface went to court and got sentenced today, and this one is literally insane. So y'all know Blueface, he's the dude who just like a couple weeks ago was posting naked pictures of his kid's dinkle on Twitter. Yeah, he was also facing attempted murder charges from a fight that happened in a strip club in Las Vegas where he ended up shooting at some dude while the dude was trying to drive away and hit him. Just a quick review, the charge was attempted murder. He went ahead and pled that charge down to like a simple discharging a firearm into a dwelling charge. And they gave him 3 years probation and a 2 to 5 year suspended prison sentence. I knew I should have been famous. Why wasn't I famous? For those of you who don't know what a suspended sentence was, you probably lived a better life than me. I myself had a suspended sentence. What that is they'll give you a determined time on probation, and as long as you don't mess up during that time of probation, you don't have to serve that prison sentence. But if you violate once, you are absolutely going to prison, and you're already sentenced, so there's no trial, there's no going back. So if Blueface messes up one time, he's doing 2 to 5 years in prison.
What is your testimony today for the court?
So first of all, I just want to start by saying thank you, Judge. I'm just completely disappointed in this complete process, actually. From the DA to his representation to him to everything. It's just all been a complete drop of the ball on my end. I have complete lost faith in the justice system. This crime has done nothing but take a toll on my life since the day it happened. I haven't been able to get work. Everything has gone down the drain. I just feel like this has not been done on my case. I mean, this hasn't been done on my behalf. I know people who get more time for stealing bubble gum, honestly. I know people who do more time for stealing TVs than they do for shooting somebody. I'm just completely disappointed in all of this. I hate the way my name was ridiculed in the social media before I could even find out about it. Like I said, just this complete process has been a complete drop of the ball. Yeah, that's all I got to say about it. It's a complete drop of the ball, and that's it. It is what it is.
And Mr. Trailer, I really appreciate you expressing the frustrations that you have, and I know that the outcome here today won't change that because what the negotiation is has a certain range of sentence and a certain
but even that, like I said, I feel like those terms and conditions, I know myself included, would have more than that for domestic violence, for this or that. He has this going over multiple states, multiple this, multiple that. You guys are arguing semantics on can he come here to make money, and so he doesn't deserve to be here. He doesn't deserve to be out and walking around. He doesn't deserve any of that, honestly. But because he has a little bit of money and a little bit of a name, you guys are going to give him that, and that's okay. But just at the end of the day, like I said, I just want to say my piece, and like I said, I'm completely disappointed in all of this.
Yes, boss. Listen, man, I'm going to just dive right into this, right? When I seen this video of Blueface on an attempted murder and he got 5 years probation, I'm going to be real with you. I knew that this was going to happen, yo. Like, I know this was going to happen. I'm going to tell you why, right? Blueface is a major chess piece on the table, dog. Now, if you don't know what I mean by that, I'm going to explain something for you. There's a lot of agendas out here in the world that they're pushing, and Blueface is heavy on the table, right? Blueface has his own TV show with his baby mother, and from my understanding, it's nothing but ignorance, drama, violence, all type of stuff, right? All type of toxicity. And what some people need to understand is that they're pushing this stuff on the younger generation. Of course, there's a lot of adults that can split the difference and know what's what, but at the same time, there are a lot of people who believe that this stuff is real. Now, this was very funny for me because the dude who said, yo, you know, I have lost complete faith in the justice system. He knows people who's been locked up longer for stealing a piece of gum. I'm gonna be real with you, dog. He must ain't know, but on that day he found out, dog. Blueface is down with them people, man. And you gotta understand something. Blueface is an industry plant. If you don't believe that, trust me, like I'm gonna be real, like Blueface has gotta be an industry plant. When he came out of nowhere, my first understanding of Blueface was when he popped up on Facebook with that song that he did when he was rapping off beat. I forgot the name of it. But when he came out, I'm like, dog, who the hell is this? That's my first thing of him. And from that moment, he was just viral from there, just going. And I'm like, for somebody to come out just like that, no back end music, no nothing, that is a sign of an industry plant, dog. And he was basically just put into place. And anybody that's an industry plant, they have big roles for them. You feel me? And his role right now is pushing a lot of ignorance and drama and foolishness, especially in his relationship that he has on television. What's so crazy about this is he was on an attempted murder charge and he beat that. And the dude said, yo, I lost complete faith in the justice system. You got to understand something. With somebody like that of celebrity status, he has a major worth to him. He's pushing a lot of ignorance and a lot of foolishness. So they can't afford to let Blueface just go and sit down for like 2 to 5 years, dog. They can't afford that. He has a TV show that's going on. So he has a lot that's going on that he's very much needed right now. So they're not going to let that happen. They'd rather put a judge in place that can rule over the situation in their favor. Now, when I say in their favor, I mean in the elite's favor, because once you're doing certain things of a certain agenda, you're protected by them until you're no longer of need. You get what I'm saying? Like, they use you and then they throw you away once they're done with you, right? So he's pushing a lot of ignorance and a lot of drama right now, right? And a lot of toxicity. And at the same time, Blueface he's been humiliated multiple times on television. And I'm going to be real. That has to be like some form of a humiliation ritual. Because they do this type of stuff whenever people do too much, get out of line, do certain violations, they'll humiliate you. So with him beating his little attempted murder charge, this is what sticks a pin in the whole, like mixes the whole pot up, right? The fact that they gave him probation for that length of time, he basically has to be on the straight and narrow and be damn near a good boy for 5 years, 2 to 5 years, right? And that's going to be damn near hard for him to accomplish because of the fact that he's surrounded by a lot of drama, negativity, and toxicity. Now, the fact that that's the world and environment that he lives in, especially that's what's portrayed on television, that's something he has to keep up. And as well as that, he has to dodge every form of BS for that amount of time, or else he'll be going to prison. Now, you have to understand something. There's different forms of probation. They have like house arrest. They have people who have like the ankle monitors. They have home detention where you don't get an ankle monitor. That's something that I was on. Like, they have different little things. That's something in Florida. I don't know about every other state. But just the mere fact that when you're put on probation, you have to walk very lightly. Now, I say that because if you breathe too wrong, that's a violation. If you walk too wrong, that's a violation. You're going to go to prison. You're going down. And you have to realize that these are little games that are played with people and their freedom. But at the same time, for what it is that he did, They know rightfully that's something that he should have been thrown away for, but just because he serves a major role in the agenda, they're not going to do away with him like that. He just has to walk very lightly. Now, with that being said, I want to say this as well, right? A lot of the stuff that you may see with the celebrity news and a lot of this stuff, some of this stuff is staged, yeah, but this wasn't anything that was staged because this was a regular civilian, right? Now, listen closely to what it is that man said. He said, yo, my life has been upside down. It's hard for me to get a job. It's hard for this, that, and the third. You got to understand something. Once you're going toe to toe with elite people, life becomes harder for you, industry or not, dog. And you have to realize as well that when you're doing something like this, as far as in the media's eyes or whatever, you get into a certain situation, the media, news reporters, the news, all of that, they will paint you to be a dirty ass person when you might not even be that type of person. It's just the type of incident that goes on. We don't know what truthfully transpired at that club, but basically what the whole stint was, he pulled up in his truck, and from that incident, it looks like they said he tried to hit him and his old lady. That's where Blueface upped his gun, and that's where he shot at him. So with that being said, it's kind of crazy that from one incident, one person's life can be turned upside down. And I'm going to be honest with you. Once you're in the light of the media and it's not really painted in a great way, that can tamper with your livelihood. And that's what you see is happening to him here. So with him saying, yo, I lost complete faith in the justice system, you have to understand this. The justice system works for those who are in favor with them. You get what I'm saying? When I say that, when you're one of these elites, when you're a Freemason, when you're one of these people who have money, you have to realize that the justice system works for certain kinds of people. It doesn't necessarily mean just white people. If you have the right lawyers, if you have money, you cannot expect to go to court and win with like a public defender, dog. That's like damn near unheard of, dog. I've never really heard of a public defender really beating cases for people. You got to understand and weigh out the odds in the situation. In this situation, this was a club scenario, dog. And you got to also look into it as this as well. That when you go to these clubs, when you go out to these events, you have to understand that trouble also lurks when you go to these places because you're out there amongst a bunch of other people that are going to vibe and have a good time, but that's a different mixture of bunch of personalities. So anything is bound to pop off at a club. Anything is bound to pop off at a block party. Anything is bound to pop off in these public gatherings because you have to understand something. A lot of ignorance follows in a lot of these settings. Not the area, not saying just the venue, but I'm saying the people that go there. There are different mixtures of people, and you have to understand what it is that you're getting yourself into. If you're going to the club, if you're going out to certain places, you want to try your best to avoid getting into altercations and certain shit because you don't know what it is that can mean for you. These are things that happen to people in real life. These are situations that cost people their jobs. These are situations that tamper with people's livelihoods, like I state. You have to just be smart and think 10 steps ahead, dog. From him having this one altercation with a celebrity, it's something that transpired into his whole life because the way that they painted the scenario is that he was the person that was the aggressor. He was the one that pulled up and he brandished his gun, made threats towards Blueface, and then he dragged off the side of the bumper, and that's when Blueface returned fire. You have to realize that your actions can lead to your downfall, dog. And this is something I want to preach to a lot of younger guys. I'm going to split the difference in both sides. You feel me? Yes, Blueface got off and he's on 5 years probation. And he has to walk a thin line. But at the same time, from that one video being posted of that guy, that's something that played with his livelihood because of course they're going to get the person's name. Of course that's going to be something that's going to happen to him where it's like, yo, my life is being crumbled. I'm losing money or I'm losing my job or I got to pay for lawyer fees. I got to pay for this. You got to understand something. once you're wrapped up in the court system, that's when you have to spend money. You want to make sure you avoid going that route or getting into that role because of the fact that it's never going to end very well for you. Whether it's you spending money, whether it's you giving up time, you don't know what it is. But in this scenario, this was against a celebrity. So with that being said, I want everybody to understand this, bro. Puss and Dog doesn't have the same luck, bro. Certain people can get away with certain foolishness because they're down with the get down, dog. Blueface is one of them people that's an industry plant, and he has a major role in the objective that's being rolled out, so they can't afford to lose him, dog. And anybody who stands in the way of an agenda or a plan, they're gonna make sure that they crush you, dog. So in their eyes, they're gonna protect Blueface for whatever it is that they need to until that his time is served or he fulfilled his role or whatever the case may be. So with that being said, remember this, man. Words can help you, they can hurt you. But here on my channel, I use them to uplift you because everybody's a champion, nobody's a loser. Just remember this, dog. Just because Blueface has 5 years probation doesn't mean that he's going to withstand that. No, I'm not trying to be a negative person, but I played those clips for a reason, yo. He's around toxic baby mothers, a toxic lifestyle, a toxic everything. It doesn't mean that he's going to withstand or beat his time. I hope he does. I don't wish nothing negative on nobody. But at the same time, with a situation like this, he has to walk very light, and I'm going to be I'm going to be real with you. This is going to be a hard 2 to 5 years for him because if he has to walk the straight and narrow, be a good boy, avoid trouble, avoid being in the eyes of the justice system, avoid being pulled over, avoid a liquor, avoid weed, drugs, all of that type of stuff. You're telling a person to pretty much stop on a dime of everything, or they're going to be violated for it. That's very hard for somebody who may not be mentally prepared for it. So these are little things you have to remember and keep in mind when you do get caught up in the justice system, when you get put on probation, when little things happen for you. Even though you may not be looking for trouble, guess what? Trouble always seems to find people. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, just remember these little words and just live your life the best way possible and just avoid trouble. Make sure you watch your head, dog. Watch where it is that you're going. If you can avoid going to certain places, avoid it. That being said, it's 444 The World, man. Peace.